starting it.
So can I share my screen for a while?
Yes, yes, you can.
Thank you. So from exercise. So, okay. So exercise one says that sort the data set by total sales in descending order to see which orders are generated with the highest revenue. We going to sort as per total sales cell value largest to smallest that have been applied here,
Mm-hmm.
and sort by order date to view the orders chronicle.
Chronological, yeah.
Yeah, so nearest to oldest.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming to filter to show only orders where the product is visit A, and filter to display only. Okay. Filter, product is visit A, and total sales greater than total sales number of filters. So here actually we have given greater than 100,
Yeah.
but we don't have
Anything
more than
else?
100, so I just taken greater than or equal to 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, then with exercise, I have some, yeah.
హరీష్‌కి అన్నీ తెలుసు గానీ ఏంది దరిద్రం. ఉండండి నేను క్లాస్ ఇనేసొస్తా. నేను క్లాస్ ఇనొస్తా.
So, coming to exercise 2, apply conditional formatting to the performance. No, no, no. So sorting by salary, sort the data by salary column in both ascending and descending order. So salary, suppose smallest to largest and largest to smallest you need to add, right?
Yes. So basically, these are all individual practice questions. So
Okay.
once you will try sort by salary highest to lowest, then lowest to highest,
Oh, okay, okay, okay.
then hide. Same with the filters also.
Okay, okay.
Yeah. So we're just trying to apply filters on different columns to understand how does it work on text, how does it mean different options we have on text, different options we have on
Got it.
numbers, dates, etc. So
Got
individual
it.
separate actually, not
Okay.
combination. We can do combination
Combinations.
also.
Okay. So, so I got in the combinations of doubt actually.
Yeah.
So I thought, okay, that's clear for me.
It's all about practicing. You can just know maybe instead of 100, put 50, 20. So
Oh,
what we
yeah.
need is to get that experience by doing yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm good. Anybody else want to ask any questions? I think I can share my
Yeah.
screen. If not, you can share.
Yeah. So anybody wants to walk through, or do you want me to just walk through again the practice exercises and then proceed into our class? Because today's class is going to be interesting also because we are kind of we've completed basics so far. We'll now be in the intermediate uh, classes, right?
Yeah, Nikhil, we are good to go, Nikhil.
Okay, so I mean, I'll be a little fast on these practice exercises, right? So while Bhupati already showed us, but no, I'll kind of be a little quick. So remember, whenever we're doing practice exercises, I'm just giving these blank tables. Start with formatting them. Okay. When formatting any like colors, text, right, dollars, these are marks or numbers, right? Mostly dates and percentages are formatted. So I'll start with this now. Adding some aesthetics. Again, I'll choose a different color this time. Let's choose green. I'll add borders. Make my titles bold. Right now, my first first exercise was to sort the data by total sales. Uh, Again, we can sort from this button, sort button, which is kind of lengthy, or I can also use shortcut Alt A
Alt
S.
SS.
Yeah, Alt ASS.
Oh yeah, Alt ASS.
Okay. Then I'd select my total sales. I need total sales from largest to smallest. So here I have it largest to smallest, right? Then I'll go to next exercise. Again, Alt ASS. I can also hit tabs until I get into this field and then select total date. And I can do newest to oldest or oldest to newest. Okay, that's my sorting on date. You can also explore sort by maybe order ID, which is kind of customer ID, then maybe by customer name on A to Z or Z to A, right? Just practicing different options available, different text options, different number options, and date options. Okay, coming back to filters, my first option was to filter by product A, right? Within product, it's already sorted by total sales, right? Then maybe I'd go ahead and use greater than or greater than equal to. Just now explore these options: greater than or equal to. Try maybe less than or equal to 50, right? Just explore those options, right? I also formatted the table. Uh, Again, you can also use change line colors. Since we are using green here, let's also put green color lines or maybe light green color lines, right? Yeah, okay. So I'll remove my explore all of these options, grid lines. Now it's all white, and yeah, right. I'm just adding one space here, so this is my table. Okay, I can also convert it into table. Then I have large list of options here from table, which I can choose. I will choose maybe blank one, or you can opt anyone. Just explore all options, which one looks good, which one won't look good. Okay, coming back to second exercise, again, I'll start with adding some colors maybe. This time let's take orange. I'll change the line color to light orange. Okay, this is my table. Let me remove the grid lines. Grid lines are under view. Under view, you can just uncheck this grid lines box. You will that will remove your grid lines. Okay. What I'll have to do? Select the table. I can manually go into data and sort, or I can also use a shortcut which is Alt A SS. Okay. So my first exercise is to sort by salary. I can do smallest to largest, or maybe I can do largest to smallest. Right. Then I'll remove this. How can I delete this? I want to just now remove this filter,
Delete,
this sort.
delete,
Yeah. So I'll
Delete.
select it and click
and
on
delete.
delete. Okay. Then add a new level. Sort by higher date, oldest to newest. Right now it is oldest to newest, see 2015 to 2023. Then I'll go back, sort by performance rating. So I'll add level now before deleting it. Select performance rating, largest to smallest, and now select date option and delete it, or I can keep it like that. So I'd rather delete it because it will go in the same order. Remember, so whichever order we have given here, it will sort in the same order. Okay, it will go like top down. It will sort by first option, then go to second, then go to third, then go to fourth. It will go in the same order. the order in which we have given the criteria.
We
Okay.
can have multiple sorts in the single one, right?
Yes, we can have multiple. Like here I am just
Yeah.
sorting by performance ratings.
Yes.
Right now, these two people have same these are two names, same names. Okay. Let me make this 9. So I'll show you.
Can we interchange the order also?
Yes, we can interchange the order also.
Okay.
So let's also look at that one. Let me select the table, Alt ASS, and I'll add another level, which is my salary. Okay. Now I'll select largest to smallest salary. So what it will do is first it will sort by performance rating. Now within same performance rating, it will sort by salary. Okay.
Okay.
So now you see we have 4.8, two people with the 4.8 rating. So one is 9,000 and 8,000. It is sorted by salary, highest to lowest. Same applies in this 4.3 category where we have two people, two ratings. It is sorted by highest to lowest. This is all same. This is all same. Okay. Achha, this is not same. So in 4 rating we have 3 names. So one is on 56,000 and rest in 53. So 56 is in first. Okay. Now I want to change. I want to uh, make this salary first. So I want to sort by salary first. So I'll select this salary and you see these arrow marks.
Yes.
Right. I'll click this arrow to move up. Right. Now the data will be first sorted by salary and within same salary it will be sorted by performance rating largest to smallest, and I can also do smallest to largest, whatever way I want. I'll click OK. Now see, we have 90,000 first, then 80, 72. See, here if you look at these two ratings, right, my rating 3.8 is coming before 4. So within this 62,000 it is sorting the ratings from largest to smallest. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So remember, also practice to convert into table. Go to insert and make it a table. Select OK. And again, while you're doing it as table, right? So you have an option where you can select whether your data has headers or not. I'll click OK and also change the name. We'll say salary table maybe. Yeah. Done. So when you apply tables, so table has a different format versus we have given some format, so it will kind of contradict. Whichever format we have given manually for text colors or fields will be given priority. Okay, even if I select some s- uh, some table design here, our border colors will still be orange or title fields will be still orange. Like I'm checking all green. See, our borders are green and our borders are orange and our title field is also orange. Okay. We did this. Highlight performance. Coming to conditional formatting. Highlight high performers. Okay, how do we do it? High performers.
Conditional format.
Yeah, I can do maybe greater than
Yeah, greater than
a number,
performance percentage.
right? Or maybe I can do top 5, top 10, right?
Yes.
So let's choose maybe top 3. We'll fill them green. Okay. So this is my top 3. These are my top performers. Okay. What we have, highlight salary above 60K. So I'll select this. Anybody can walk me through how do I highlight salary above 60,000?
Greater than 60,000.
Yep. So how do I highlight it?
Conditional formatting,
Conditional formatting.
First
new
of
rule,
greater than.
new rule.
Highlight cells by rules.
Greater
Remember
than.
these names, okay? Name
Yeah.
of the options like highlight
First
cells
option.
by cells
Greater than.
rules. Right?
Greater than
Greater than,
Yeah.
60,000.
greater than 60,000. Okay.
Yeah, we can give the colors as well.
Color we can change. I am selecting green fill here because it's good thing to have. So yeah, I'll change this to maybe USD. Okay.
Yes.
That was another exercise. Highlight hire date. Use conditional formatting to highlight employees who were hired in last year. Okay,
Right.
this is interesting. Um, okay, we have couple in last year. Okay, who will walk me through this? So we need to highlight uh, highlight the cells with last year date.
So conditional format date
Mhm. Which one should I select
equals
here?
less high last year lesser than.
Okay, I'll select the first option. Shall I select first option or
Between, in between. Yeah.
okay?
Between.
So
Yes.
I can give manually date 01
Yeah.
01
Zero. Yes.
2023
Yes.
and
2020.
01
0
12
2020.
2023.
24. Yeah.
Okay. Is there any other option?
Option.
You can go to manage rule,
Mhm.
new rule.
Okay.
In that, top and above and below. Okay, not that. You can open.
Mhm.
First one, I think,
First
based
one.
on the
Okay. This is for two color scales. So we'll use this cell that
One
contains.
contains
between
between
Okay. Date
data
occurring
data.
data last year.
last year. I can select here. Where is it? Last month, last. Okay. Why is it not showing last year?
Maybe the format is not in date.
It is in date.
It's in, okay.
If it is not in date, it won't show the date values. So let me take
Okay.
this rules, new table. Okay. Date occurring should have this last year option, but I don't know why this is not. Okay. So anyways, we have last month here. So we will go into values between. I think this is best option that we have.
Maybe the data doesn't have last year. No?
It has 2023 it has.
Okay.
It has 16, 2015, 2017, all those things.
Hmm. Okay,
Like
I'll
year
go
occurring will be there, like anything.
like like we have last month, right? We should also have last year.
Hmm.
Maybe this is limited, like yesterday, today, tomorrow, last
Yeah,
7
that is the
days.
thing. It's
We should
only
also
showing
have
about
last
month.
year. Yeah. Okay. So filters also I've checked. We have options on dates. All dates in period may you have this quarter one, quarter two, quarter
Quarter.
three, right? We were discussing about this. So
Yes.
this one will select all quarters of that year on all years basically. It's not that relate to like only for specific years. So we don't have that option to select only specific year quarter. Okay. So between. So this is I think only option that we have now. Sorry. 01 2023 01 12 2023. I'll maybe do L. Okay. Okay. So this is done. High date employees who were hired in last year. So filter in last year we know we can go into a filter. We can go date filter and say last year. So we have last year filters here. Okay. Apply data bars to salary column. Can anybody guide me through this? So let me clear all. So we need to put data bars here. How do we put data bars?
Go to condition formatting,
Mhm.
then
Yeah.
data bars,
Data bars.
Data bus. Yeah, yeah.
then use any one of them.
Yeah, I'll use solid fields. Okay. We also have multiple color options in the data bars. Okay. Yeah. So data bars we also have multiple color options. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Top bottom rules. We looked at top three already. Data bars we applied. Hire date we've done. Formatting salary we've done. Okay. Exercise 3 is calculate average grade. How do I calculate average grade?
Average equal to average.
Equal to average.
Select the grade array.
So I
Yeah.
selected the array and hit enter. That will
Yes.
capture my average grade, and
Yes.
I'll copy down. Or I can also maybe first convert this into table.
Convert to table.
Right here I have table. Let me choose blank table. Okay, then I'll put average in one cell and it will take for rest of the cells.
Yes.
Okay, that's my average formula. Then I have to highlight top. This is conditional formatting. Grades above 90 are green. Highlight grades apply conditional formatting. Highlight grades below 60 in red. Right, two options we have to do. I'll select it. Highlight greater than 90. I'll put them as green. Okay, then I'll go to new rule, or I'll just add rule here.
Manage
Less
group.
than 60 will be red. Okay, yeah. Color scale average grade apply color scale. So let me clear this one. We'll put a color scale. Go to color scale and we can select anything that is suitable. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So any questions on these exercises? I hope you are able to do exercises already.
We are able to do it.
All right, great. And Bhupatia, thank you for walking us through it. So let's jump into our today's session.
No problem. Thank you.
Yeah. So today we are going to start with the logical functions, and remember, no, we are going to go in little bit more details of these functions, right? How these functions work independently, and how could we combine these functions to solve most of the problems, right? Okay. So let's talk about if function. Now if and R functions will return true or false values. Basically we can call them as functions that will return a boolean values. So if I say so basically if I sorry and an or basically and an or are boolean values where they'll return true or false value. So I if I give a condition that no, if Q1 sales and Q2 sales are, I mean Q1 sales is greater than certain number or Q2 sale is greater than certain number, it's kind of a question that I'm asking. When I do that query, it will return a true or false answer. Okay, with me. So usually say if we talk about this marks table, right? So if I want to see if anybody has passed or failed in any exam, so let's imagine. Let me take equal to minimum. I'm just looking for a minimum value in this cell so that I can give a fail criteria. Okay, minimum is 50. So I will say anybody who has scored less than 60, okay, is failed basically,
Yes.
right? So I want to know if anybody has scored less than 50 in any of the subjects, right? So in this case, I will have to check individually. I'll go and I'll have to check in maths whether he has gotten less than 60, in science whether he has gotten less than 60, again in English and history. So individually in all the subjects, I'll have to check if they have scored the pass marks or not, right? In that case, how do I use it? I mean, what how do I arrive at that resolution? I'm just changing this to pass fail maybe. Okay, so I'll use the criteria. My criteria is they have to get more than 60 marks in any of the subjects they have written.
More than 60 will be pass and less than 60 will be fail.
Yeah. So how do
So
I
we
write
start
a
with
formula?
if is equal
If
to
equal
if.
to,
If
if logic
Uh,
is greater than less than
keep
60.
the cell which you want to select.
okay. So I
If
mean I just can, if is a, you are talking about nested ifs, right? There are four ifs that I will use. If maths greater than science, maths greater than this, right?
yeah,
Uh, Before if function, we can also use and or functions, right? I mean that will make things easier. If is like you keep ifs multiple times, instead of that we can use and function, because I just want to know did they pass, yes or no. That's my question,
Okay.
right? If is like, if I'll have to do equal to, if this one greater than 60, comma, then I'll put another if this one greater than 60, right? I'll have to just keep doing it for 4 times. Then I'll give value if false and true, right? Instead of that, I can also do here my criteria is and. Basically, all of them has to be satisfied,
Yes.
right? All of them has to be satisfied. So I'll do equal to and function. I'll open logic one will be my maths greater than 60. Then I don't have to key that and or anything again. I'll just select second option, which is D, greater than 60, comma, third subject greater than 60, comma, history greater than 60, right? I'll just close my parenthesis. What it does is, if all of this criteria is satisfied, if all of this criteria is true, it will return a value as true. If any of this criteria is not true, it will return value as false. Okay, let me hit enter. See, all of this is true, this is false here. Let us see why. Okay, this is one which is false. This is one which is false, because here we have a 58 value, right? Here we have uh, 50 values, 50 or 55, which are less than 60. So in this case, any of this criteria was uh, true. I mean, any of this criteria was false, it returned a false value. Following me with me?
Can you show the
Yeah,
formula again? I understood, but just want to know.
yeah. I'm just putting. Let me put it as a table, right? I mean, instead of table, let's let me put the values here. Okay. Let me delete this. Here you can maybe see the formula clearly. I am just okay. I'm doing equal to and, right? Open my parenthesis and give all of the logics that I have. So my logic here is clear. It is like greater than 60 in all subjects. So I'll select first maths greater than 60, comma. Then I'll give my second logic, which is science greater than 60. Then I'll give my third logic, which is English greater than, sorry, English greater than 60, comma, history greater than 60. You can see the formula. These are references of these cells, maths, science, English, and history. Anurag?
Sorry, was on mute. Yeah, yeah, I understand.
Okay. So this will return me true and false number. So this is using and. I can get the same results using or. Anybody wants to give it a try? How can we use or here?
We'll start with or
Okay, start with or. Okay, then.
is equal to or, then C1 greater than.
So or function may understand this logic. And when I'm saying everything has to be greater than 60.
Hmm.
If you reverse it, or is other ways of and, right? If
Yeah,
I want to use or function, I would say any of this, if any of the scores are less than 60. First time when I'm saying and, all of them have to be, everything has to be greater than 60. That's my pass criteria. If I say it in other ways, ये हम hypothesis बोलते हैं, like opposite of this hypothesis, one of the subject has less than 60. Or may, what we'll do, we'll look
any
at,
of.
or is like any of, right? And
Hmm.
is all of, or is any one of them. So in or, what I'll do, instead of greater than 60, I'll look at individual subjects like maths less than 60, comma. Here also I'm returning like true for false, pass, fail. right? I'm changing my criteria here. Okay. If anything is if
So Nikhil, if we say or same formula greater than 60 for all,
mhm,
so any of them which is above 60 will take true, na? Suppose column A4,
it will.
row 4. So any of them is having more than 60.
Mm,
Like here we have 58, but we have 60, 65, 70 also. So
uh,
it should be true.
so that's why I'm doing it reverse. So I'm doing less
Okay.
than. Right.
Okay.
That's what I was saying. When it is or, we have to do it in opposite way. So I'm trying to check whether he's a passed. Right. This is like a pass using and. Here we will check fail using
Okay.
or. Right. What I'll do if equal to or this one less than 60, comma this one less than 60. Greater than 60 will not work here because any one is greater than 60. It will say pass, which is a wrong solution. Right.
Correct.
English greater than 60. Sorry, history less than 60. Now in here I'm saying less than 60. I'm just trying to see if anybody has failed. When I'm trying to check anybody has passed, the criteria is they have to get more than 60 in all of the subjects. Right.
Correct.
That is a pass criteria. Fail criteria is anyone anyone has received less than 60 in any one subject. One of the subject they are fail. Right. Or may I will kind of we can say it as a hypothesis, right? And is a false hypothesis. Uh, if you had heard of regression or hypothesis testing, you would understand this. Basically, all true. I mean, if something is true, that is one hypothesis. The opposite of is something is not true. Here, I am saying like all of them are true. All of them have to know they have to score more than 16. All of the subject is when they passed. Right. Fail का होगा if any of the subject has less than 60, they fail. Right. Here they failed. Right. Here they failed. This is true. Right. False means they don't have anything less than 60.
Correct.
Right. I hope you are not getting confused. These are kind of tricky
No, that
formulas.
is opposite. Yeah, I got it.
Yeah. Okay.
Opposite of that.
Right. So you should know when to use what. Right. And तभी use करेंगे when all of the criteria has to be satisfied. Or we will use in when one of the criteria has to be satisfied. Okay. Right. Let's go to if and or. So we have some exercises here. So I'll do first, and let me put this if at the end. If we'll come because if के बाद में there are also other things that we look at. Let me quickly add total sales. I'll do equal to sum. I'm intentionally leaving these things blank so that we do this again and again. We kind of get hands on it, right? I did some. I copied it down. So I'm just selecting the cells and doing Control D to copy down. Okay. Okay. So anybody knows how to do copy up?
No.
Okay. Copy down. Control D.
Control D.
Control D. So Control U is Control D is for copy down. We have up here.
Control
You
U.
see, not Control U. Control U works for underline. Shift Control U. Let me see. Just check. Okay. Okay, I have some shortcuts on my graphic card, so I'm sorry for that. Huh. So you can use this fill option. Fill up, fill down, fill right? For
Hmm.
down, we know Control D. For fill up, we can just go here and fill up. We can use. Okay. We can also use this fill option for right, left. So when you just want to copy formulas right, you can use them right or left fields. But you have to have this selected. You click kind of this no, I have this selected and I'll do copy right. It will copy this formula right.
Hmm.
Okay. With me. So copy
Yes.
down is Control D. I think uh, yeah, Control R is for copy right. Control L is for copy left. Yeah. So I'll find out shortcuts for control left and up. Okay. I'll let you know. We know copy up and left shortcut. Okay. Yeah. So coming back to our AND statement. So what is that we need to do? Check if sales are in all quarters are above 80. So anybody wants to give it a try? We are trying to check if sales are above 80 in all quarters, Q1 to Q4.
Is equal to and
Is equal to and open
select
parenthesis
one C1 C2
C2
greater than
greater than
80
80,
comma
comma,
same D2 is greater than
okay, greater than
80,
80,
just like follow C
okay, C D3 greater than 80, comma, sorry,
C.
comma,
No, you wrote okay CD na
F2
F2.
greater than 80. Okay, close the parenthesis. This is true. I'll just copy down the formula. So we have right. I can also do conditional format. Let's do conditional format. Highlight cell rules. यहाँ पे text है right?
Hmm.
I'll do equal to false, false.
Color.
I'll do red color. I'm using conditional formatting on text.
Correct.
We can also use highlight cells with duplicate values. We didn't look at it, but okay.
Hmm.
Now here I know if all are true or not. Basically, all quarter sales are above 80 or not. और का क्या है function? I didn't go down question for or. What do we put for or? Okay. So we'll see anything less than 80. If any agent, any employee has less than 60 sales in a quarter. Okay. Opposite will do, right?
Yeah.
I'll do or, sorry, equal to or, open parenthesis. I'll just select my criteria one, Q1 sales less than 80 or Q2 sales less than 80 or Q3 sales less than 80 or Q4 sales less than 80. Okay.
Hmm.
This is my formula. So you'll see now wherever it is false here, it will be true here. Okay. Explore. You can maybe instead of 80, you can put 30. Maybe you just want to know like, uh, maybe I want to know. Say, we'll put it in different way, right? And formula. I'm just for sake of practicing equal to, and I'm trying to see if anybody, if there is somebody who's been doing better than previous months, right? And greater than, sorry, less than the next quarter, comma D2 less than the next quarter, comma E2 less than the next quarter, right? If it's been incrementing or not. So let me change values some in some. Acha, okay, we have true. So if you look at this lady Linda, so from Q1 onwards, every quarter she's doing better, better than the previous quarter.
What's the formula again?
Same and formula. I've just used it within the within the table. I am trying to see compare between. Let me take this one and put it here. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to check if anybody has done better than previous quarter. I'm trying to see if D1 is greater than C1, E is greater than D. For all of the quarters, if they have been doing better. Like in this case, Linda, Q1 sales are 60. Q2 she is improved by 10 numbers. Q3 improved by 10 numbers again. Q4 by 10 numbers again. Right? Here. So I'm giving individual criteria, which is my C2. Uh, Let me highlight this. Like first criteria is like this. C2 is greater than D2. Then second criteria I've given as D2 greater than E2. Then F2 greater than E2 greater than F2 like that. So I just know for practice purposes. We can give that kind of criteria also. You cannot necessarily like manual 60-80, but if there is a fixed field that, like if I say, if I have 80 here, right, instead of giving 80 every time, I'll just give E13, E13 and make it absolute. It'll go F4, right? It will work the same way for me. See, now I've made absolute formula here. So I can do same thing um, in all of the conditions. Instead of giving manual numbers, if even if we have a cell reference where we need to compare value from, we can still do it. Okay,
Yeah.
right? R का मैंने डाला था क्या? R will put again. Or this one less than 60, comma 2 less than 60, comma less than 60. So when you are practicing, right, do not do copy down. Instead, I'd suggest you do formula every. Just go ahead and type formula every time. So that way, you'll get used to, or it'll be easy for you to remember. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, between 60s against. Okay, fine. Let me make this 80 instead. Right. Now this is returning me true or false value. Right. But I don't want true or false value. I want to add a value. Say, if there is a table, we need to give ratings. Like if we come back to our conditional formatting here, right? So we want to give grading here. So here we said just a pass or fail, right? Instead of pass fail, we need to give grading. Like, so anybody greater than 90, we want to say A, right? Greater than 70, we want to say B, right? Or yeah. So let's do pass fail first. Okay, only if we'll use. I'm just using if first, then we go to nested ifs. Okay. So I want to uh, say if anybody.
But this we can use only for one column.
Yeah, we can use for one column only. We can use nested ifs. Just I'm just
Next,
trying to figure out how we can use. We can use maybe combined formula average.
start is equal to
Right.
if.
Hmm. Right. Okay. If this one is greater than 60, then we say pass. Remember, when I'm entering my strings, when I'm entering the characters, I'm entering in the quotes, double quotes. Please remember that whenever we are giving criteria, or if I want to give points, right, I can just give number directly. But if I want to give a text characters, right, I'll give it in the in inverted commas, right,
Because Excel
in the
understands if
quotes.
you are not giving codes, then it will understand it is a formula.
Yes, yes. Or it will think it's a numeric, so it will give me error. Okay.
You have to give false also. Otherwise,
Huh.
false.
False. Okay. I mean, not always needed. If maths is greater than 60, comma pass, so I'll close. Then I'll give fail. I'll close the quotations. Something
Bracket,
is not
bracket close.
come.
Bracket close.
I have not. There is some extra selection that is there. Okay, right. So here I am using if. Now if I have to use it for single references, so what I'll do is I'll combine if with my and. Okay, and before I combine if with my and, I'll also show you how to read formulas. Right, whenever we are typing any formula, say if I'm selecting and, right, when you open parentheses, you see this. So it is giving us kind of guiding us as to what we should be using. So it says logic one. So basically, logic is something where we say is equal to, less than, has, contains, values, right? So this is about
Start
giving
with
the
if. No?
values,
Again, in this will start with if.
right? When I'm showing this one, like if you see this
Okay.
criteria, when we open a formula, right, it will show us this kind of dialog box, which is kind of a guide to us as to what goes in.
Correct.
Okay. So everybody clear with if formula? Let's put it on this one also, maybe no, on our numeric table, so that we will see equal to if. What I'm trying to do is see anybody scored more. If math score is greater than 60, I want it to return. If this is true, I want it to return pass. If this is not true, I want it to return fail. This is for one subject. Okay. So this is how we will give the condition. So first one, it will be the criteria or a logical test which it has to check. Then we'll type value if true. You see this below. We want to tell, Excel is asking what should I display if it is true. Then comma, and what should it display if it is false. Clear on this one, everyone?
Yes.
Remember, if is also very important formula, so a lot of things can be done with ifs, right? If alone might not be that big formula, and when you have multiple rows to combine, but if can be combined with many other formula. Okay, give me just a second.
Yeah, makes sense when we club the formulas, because
Right,
every time we can't write big formulas and so many things we want to get it out of it.
right, right. So now here coming back, now I'm going to use if and both in combination. Right. So basically here what is happening when I use AND formula or OR formula, it is just returning me the true or false value. But I will combine it with if formula, and then I'll return the result that I want. Instead of true false, I'll return maybe pass fail or yes no qualified, I mean whatever we want to do. Right. So let me put if and formula. It is same. This is if only. Okay, just ignore this formula because we have done it on one field only. I'll use if and formula. Okay, so what will I do? Equal to if, open my brackets. Now my condition is, right, when I'm giving my logical test, I'm giving logical test as if
And
everybody, if all of them have more than 60 in their, I mean, in all of the subjects, right? Now here, what I'm going to do is I am going to write my AND formula. So my logic is AND. So what it does, if AND string is true, it will return one result, which is if true, and when it is false, it will return a result that is when it is false. So AND maths score is greater than 60, science is greater than 60, English is greater than 60, history greater than 60. If all of this is true, right? Essentially, my if my AND formula is true, I will say it is pass.
good.
Can I write it in like this, pass?
No
Okay,
quotes.
I have to put them in quotes. I have to put them in double quotes. Okay. Then if this value, if AND value is returning a result as false, then I want Excel to give
Fail
me
it.
result as fail. Close my parenthesis, and hit enter. That will give my results. Okay. So, any idea? See, this is a table, right? Technically, table when I'm adding something, it should already take it for everything. Any idea why is it not taking here?
Control D, no?
Huh, I'll do Control D, but technically in a table, when I said a table is all about making it
Yeah,
dynamic, so it
yeah,
should
it's
have
not there.
already taken it, but it is not taken it. Why?
This is not table.
It is a table. See, it is a table.
Oh,
Why is it not taking?
because that is not part of the table.
Huh. So if I say I just add, okay, I'm just adding again. If and it has become the part of table, but here it
Mm.
did not become the part of table.
That's why it didn't come.
Why?
Mm, don't know.
Basically, if you see this student ID, right, it is blocking some of the places here. So
Yeah,
two cells here. So Excel knows that no, this is going to be blocked, and Excel is not creating it as a table. If I move them maybe uh, right, right. Let's move them couple of cells right, right. And let me remove this. Okay. The moment if I write if and 2, it is taking it as a table. If or, it is taking it as a table, right? And if I am putting something here, A, B, C, and okay, it is taking it as a table, but if I have this table blocking here, right, let me put this table blocking here. Now if I add something, it won't take it as a table. See? So because it knows that it don't have that entire space. Okay? All right, coming back to our if and formula. You're understanding this, right? So basically we know and formula, we know or formula. So here what we are doing is we are combining if and formula. So and is a logical condition. If I am giving that logical condition, I am inputting that logical condition in my if formula to return whether it is a pass or fail. Okay, let's do it again one more time. I'll do if, open my parenthesis. In the place of logical test, I'll give my and formula. What is my and formula? And my math score is greater than 60. My science score is greater than 60.
Can we take a range instead of like doing it one by one?
In these formulas, we can't take range because these are individual criteria, right?
No, what I mean is, suppose and
Hmm.
then take a range and greater than 60.
Hmm. Let's try that also.
Like how we do it for some.
Wait, what did I do
Like,
wrong here? Yeah. So let's try range. Okay. Let's try for and first. And this one is greater than 60. That's table. Okay. Let's do it in here. So table it is taking, but I doubt if it will take in here.
the range it is taking.
In table it takes. It is taking, but here I am not sure if it will take. Let's see. And if that is happening, oh, it's doing it. That's good, right? So in that case, we can also do same in our if formula. So I'll just say equal to if, right? And in third stage, okay, all of them greater than 60, return me pass. Else return me fail,
Hmm.
right?
Should come.
But it is spilling here.
Why is
Okay, it is speaking array functions. Okay.
no, why is it so?
Array functions, if you remember, I talked about array functions, right? So basically in VLOOKUPs or any formula, I'll put the same if formula here, right? We put the same if formula, if and, right, um, equal to if and, right. I am selecting entire row vertically. So I just want to, if I enter formula in this one row, by doing this is kind of array functions basically.
Hmm.
So I will only key formula in my one cell, it will automatically copy it down. I don't have to do control D or anything. Okay. So I'll do greater than 60, comma, this row greater than 60, comma, greater than 60. VLOOKUP, maybe I'll show you how we use it. Array functions are also very useful. Right, this is my criteria. If true, return pass. If false, return fail. Okay. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Something is not right, not working the way it should be.
Maybe relative reference.
No, relative reference nahi. Actually, it should take the entire formula actually.
Hmm.
Okay.
This is confusing little.
Yeah. So maybe in if and it won't work, but if I look at now VLOOKUPs or if function, if I do only
Hmm.
single if functions, right? Uh,
Correct.
let's do single if function, right? Equal to if. this one is true, comma, we'll say pass, else we'll say fail. Okay, this is on single cell, acha, table. See, tables are dynamic even if you don't want them to be. Okay, here I'll put if statement, okay? Equal to, I am first putting it on single cell if this one is equal to true, right? Comma, return me pass or else return me fail, okay? Something is not relevant.
Should come.
It should come.
It's not.
Yeah, now it is coming. So now I have put it on single cell. But instead of single cell, what I'll do here is I'll make the entire row selection, right? Spill एरर आया क्योंकि नीचे नहीं था देखो. You see this green line? Let's do it again. Let me cut this formula. So here I am putting formula. I am selecting the entire row, right? The moment I enter until the last row, it will update the formula. This is called array function. So instead of writing a formula on one cell, we'll write it for entire row. Okay.
So control D also will do say same thing, no?
See, control D will also do same thing, but again, no control D there will be like if you have larger tables, right? Control D you will have to go to the last cell basically, right? Here I don't have to do that. So let's take a time. If I am typing formula
When
here,
to use array and when to use single.
so when you have a large table, no big table, like this is a table, and I need same formula every across,
Hmm.
that I'll use the array.
Okay.
See, control D array works same.
Okay.
Right. Array does not work in all the places. Some places, it will not do some calculations, right?
Hmm.
So array में क्या होता है? The moment you enter formula here, it will take till the last one. But in single cell, when you enter it in single cell, you have to again go to last cell, select all the cells, then do control D, right? It's the extra time consuming. So this will save time compared to that one.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So with me so far on if and or and if and if or formulas.
Yes.
Okay. So remember and formula and or and functions will return true or false values. So basically it will check whether the criteria is satisfying yes or no. Right. We will use that criteria within if criteria. Right. Otherwise, if I want to write like if criteria, right, we call it as nested ifs. Right. Nested ifs में क्या होता है? We if within if. So if I say if this one is greater than 60, comma, and if this is true, I also wanted to check what one? Again another criteria. So if C1 is greater than 60, then you do if this one is also greater than 60. Now within this formula, if D2 is also 60, I want to also check if Q3 is also greater than 60. Then I want to check if Q4 is sorry. If Q4 is also greater than 60. If all of them are true, right, then I will need to return pass.
This
Right.
is nested if.
Yes. Else I need to return fail. Right. I think I'll have to give how many
Bracket. You have, after
brackets.
pass there's a bracket.
Um,
Remove that.
yeah. So I'll have to give those many brackets actually. Okay.
No, at the end. Okay.
Done. This is all nested ifs. How many criteria we have given?
No, you have given
Like
bracket
how many?
after.
So for every formula, I'll have to give this one is if all true pass, then I'll have to do here fail, right?
Oh,
Then I'll have to do because for every formula I'll have to give this condition, right? Fail, right? How many we've given? for one. This is for this one.
No, Nikhil, I mean only fail if you put one time and many brackets after it will work.
Mhm.
Only put fail one time.
Let's do it till here and do the skip
Ah, now
brackets.
close. Ah, yes.
We have extra parentheses here. No,
One, two,
it's not
three,
working.
three.
Wait.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Green. Okay, one more we need. It will usually take form. Okay, sorry, comma I missed. Yeah, now it will work.
Hmm.
Okay, and we can also use this nested if. Instead of nested ifs, there is also something called ifs.
Hmm.
Okay, so remember multiple ifs also is important, because if you know multiple ifs, which is ifs, we will combine these ifs with some average count functions to solve a lot of the problems. Okay, then I'll say equal to in previous condition. Let me do this in parentheses. So in previous condition, I we have right, where we have given so many ifs, right? But here I don't want to give so many ifs.
Only one if is ifs. Yeah, correct.
Yeah, I'll do ifs.
Ifs.
So I'll give individual logical test. If this one greater than 60, right?
Comma.
Value if true, I can do pass here, right? Then I'll do my next logic, which is this one greater than 60. Value if true is my pass, right? Sorry, pass, comma. Then I'll see uh, do E2 greater than 60. Again pass. So I'm not using those many ifs here, right? I can just add no end low, end may. I'll just add like if not true, fail. Comma. Sorry. So I'll add
Can't we give pass only one time at the end?
G. 1 second. G4. G4 greater than 60. Okay, it is taking pass for everything. Don't lock. Value if true. Value if true. Okay. Sorry. If we will maybe use it for grading, right? So here it is taking any one is this is kind of working as or. So it is taking any one working as any one thing is greater than 60. It is taking as pass. Let's do it reverse, right? Right. Only this one is for meeting the criteria. Where one of the score is less than 60. Okay. The in if multiple ifs, it is taking anything one basically or formula. Any one is satisfying. It is doing that one, right? Let's do one. I don't have this. I have one more table. Okay. If we will do it on grading, so grading it will work perfectly fine. So I'll show grading also. We should have one sheet for grading. So we do grading here. So I'll do ifs mm, average equal to average. Okay. So we'll do criteria like anything greater than 85. We'll say good. Then greater than 70, we say average. Okay. and greater than 50 needs improvement. Less than 50 fail. Okay, is it last?
That is range, right? 50 to 70, 70 to 85.
Right. So in ifs, right, we will give, we don't have to give it as a range. So it will give formula in order that it will go one by one steps basically. Okay. So let's say grade equal to if this one is greater than 85, then I'll say good, right? So good. Or if this is not true, so basically I'm checking it first formula, first one, when it is not true, then it will go for next function, which is u11 greater than 70, it will result average, right? Then if average, right? If this one is greater than 50, we'll say needs improvement, comma. If everything is false, we'll say fail, right? So here I'm using a multiple criteria again, nested if criteria. So in this, what it does is we don't have to give range because it will check in order. Let me put formula here. Can you see the formula?
Yes, yes. If that condition fails, I mean, if that criteria fails, it will go and check for the next one.
Right. Uh, so it will go like, left to right. So first it will check this criteria. If it is greater than 85, it will stop here. Right. If this condition fails, it will go to the next condition, which is 11 greater than 70. Right. If this is satisfied, it will stop here. If this one fails, then it will go to next condition. Right. If until this condition, if nothing is satisfied, then it will return fail. Okay.
Yes.
That's on nested ifs. Right. One moment. Nested if. So we will also cover. We need to call ifs, right? Okay. So now we know if, we know and, we know or, we know ifs, right? So imagine I need a criteria where I want to um, okay, let me transpose this table first. Okay, how do I transpose this table?
Alt ES shortcut.
Okay,
Alt
alt
ES
alt
ES. Copy
alt,
again.
I think it's not copied. Okay,
Alt ES.
alt es.
Why is it not copying?
Let me to transpose here.
The shortcut also.
Maybe something was not.
Hmm.
So in my system, some shortcuts are mapped to my graphic cards, so some
Okay.
shortcut won't work. Okay. Um, so here, did we do it right? we need a table actually in one format. Wait, Q1. Q1. Two, three, four. Yeah. Q2. Q2. Q3. And Q4. Q4. Q2. Q3. Okay. So now imagine this is my table. Uh, okay. So I need to calculate sum of sales by person. Okay. Sum of sales by person or by quarter. How will I do it?
Using if.
Okay. So let's use if equal to.
What is the question?
So I need to calculate sum of sales when
Mhm.
when salesperson is John Smith.
Okay.
Is V equal to John Smith
Ha.
and quarter equal to Q1.
Okay. So let's put quarter equal to
Some
Q1. 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 So I'll
some
put
says
sales name. I'll put maybe one name. So, okay. So I need sum of sales when individually. Let's do individual first. I need sum of sales when sales representative is John Smith. When quarter is Q1. Individually, I need two sums. How do I do it? So what am I doing here? I'm doing one. I'm doing a sum. When am I doing sum? When there is a criteria that satisfies, right? So how can we do that?
If equal to if
Equal to if.
uh,
We use
if
and.
if uh,
Okay.
if
And
and
we will use when we need multiple criteria. Here I'm doing only one criteria. When John Smith, when the sales representative is John Smith.
select the range of the
if
column.
Okay.
If I equal to select I, if if yes,
Mhm.
ah,
So I'll
comma
I'll tell you a logic here. Okay. So I need to do what? Sum. So I'll first write my sum formula. In place of number one, right? In place of numbers, I will give, I mean, these numbers I'll pass with the criteria, which will be my if, right? My column B, right? My column B is equal to John Smith. Then I'll have to sum this one, right? With me, everyone?
yes
Okay. So what will I do? I'll do sum if there is a formula, sum if,
if
right? Then I'll select sum range. This will be my sum range, comma.
comma
Sorry, first I'll select my range,
okay,
sum if. So I'll select the range, comma.
comma
Criteria will be this one, John Smith. When
dot
this means when this one is equal to John Smith, then I need to do sum of this one,
comma
right? Right. Let's check if that is true. I'll filter here John Smith. John Smith. So all of sales for John Smith is how much? 470.
Person.
Correct? What am I using? Sum if my range and my criteria and the sum range. Okay? Same thing we'll do for Q1. Can anybody walk me through formula?
Sum if
Sum if
uh,
open parenthesis.
parenthesis column C,
Yeah, so I'll
P,
select range as column C,
column C, comma
comma.
uh, Q1,
Criteria is my Q1, which
right
is
is Q1,
I3,
I3,
comma.
comma,
mm,
and range of D,
Sum range is my D.
D.
Okay. Now this is dynamic. If I change name to Emily here, right? Now my total is changing. If I change to Q2 here, my
Q2.
total is changing. Right. Okay. So
So
now
what should,
let's,
like if starts with only Emily, if not Emily John, can we uh, set that fuzzy match in this formula?
I think that in that we will have to use DAX code if I'm not wrong, but I can
Okay.
check and that check get back for that.
Yeah.
So we have some DAX code which is Microsoft owned ones.
Okay.
Right. We'll write formulas there. Um, I'll check that. There should be some way where we can look at contains.
Yes, contents. Going
Right.
to. Yeah.
In DAX code, I remember I can't recollect, but uh, there is something for if contains. I think. Let's see equal to contain.
So most of the DAX will support in this Excel and Power BI also.
Excel and Power BI both. Yes.
Okay.
DAX will support both in Excel.
Okay.
So you see this Power Pivot, right?
Yes.
So here also we can go and do some data. We'll also talk about this Power Pivot towards our last sessions. This is also one
Yeah.
very beautiful tool or function that Excel has. Okay. Coming back, let me just increase the size here. Okay. So now here we had only one criteria, right? Here we only had one criteria.
Hmm.
What if we have multiple criteria? Say if I need to do a sum when my when my salesperson is Emily Johnson and my quarter is Q1. I'm selecting Q1 because I just changed the last field to Q1 so that we will have extra data points to sum. Okay. So in that case, what we will do? Any thoughts? Simple, like we use sum, we now use sum ifs.
Okay.
Right. In sum ifs, I can give multiple criteria. But here, first I will select my sum range. So in sum if, I am selecting my sum range at the end after giving criteria because there is only one criteria. Right. When we say multiple criteria, right, Excel doesn't know how many criteria we would go. We might give 2, 3, 4, 10, right? So it will not know when to calculate the sum. So what Excel does is the first criteria that we give will be our sum range here when we give sum ifs. Okay, I'll click a comma. Now I can give n number of criteria. So I'll give my first criteria which is quarter is comma Q1, then my criteria 2 range and my value. Okay, here I'm not giving equal to, I'll separate it by commas. Okay, then I'll close my parenthesis and hit enter. This is my sum. So criteria is when quarter is Q1 and my
Emily
customer is
Johnson.
Emily Johnson, right? My total is 300, right? Let's go back here. It's 300.
Yes.
Yeah. So sum if sum, same thing applies to count ifs. Okay, equal to count ifs, right? So I'll give my criteria range. Here there is no count row basically, right? So I just say no, this one is Emily Johnson and my quarter is Q1. I need count of rows that satisfy these two conditions and I'll click enter. That's it. right? In count function, we will use count A for the characters, but when you use count ifs, you don't have to do it. Count ifs will just match everything. Questions? Any questions?
No.
Okay.
Like in this formula, can we give two criteria?
Yeah, here I gave two criteria for count ifs. Right. So
Okay.
I'm counting the number of rows
Okay.
which where the name is Emily Johnson and quarter is Q1.
Oh, right, right.
Right. Uh, Personally, I use some ifs even if I have to do one criteria.
Okay.
Right.
Mhm.
So even if you have to do one criteria, we can still give some ifs.
Yeah, some if is single criteria, some if is multiple criteria.
Right. Okay. We can use it for some count. We can do for average ifs. Right. We can use it for sums, count, and averages also. Okay. And these are the formulas that are very much used in many places like MIS when they are calculating like count
So
of
commonly
claims.
used formulas, yes.
Very commonly used. If I'm a workforce manager, right,
Yes.
I have your work data, I need to look at I will have to know how many claims you processed. There I will see count ifs, count when name is your name, and basically the resolution is resolved. Then I don't have to do count for pendings, right? There I'll take count. Then sum of the hours, right, with particular criteria. I need to know sum of the hours you spent on break, on production, right? You have like multiple days, you will keep switching, right? So in those cases, we will use sum ifs, count ifs, sum of errors when it is your name, right? I have total errors table. I want to check the sum of errors, right? Or we say there is a store data, so I have sales data by stores, right? I have daily reports. So in I want to know that particular store, for particular store, what is the total sum number of sales, right? Or I want to know on particular store, on particular product, like I have two conditions, I want to know the sum of sales, right, or sum of profit, etc. So sum ifs, count ifs, or sum if, count if, you have to practice as many times as you can. Okay, with me? Questions?
We have to practice more on this so that we can get this
Yes,
scenario wise.
yes.
So when we come to
Contains
this session, exercise that time we can have.
some. Okay,
Now,
right.
Nikhil, what kind of errors we can get where we can go wrong, like in this one?
Um, criteria. If your criteria is not satisfied, right?
Okay.
So you should know values here basically, right? And order. Remember the order. In sum, if I'm giving my criteria first and then the sum range. But when it comes to sum ifs, first I will declare the sum my sum range, right? Then I'm giving criteria. Okay. So where we can go wrong,
Okay.
right? In sum ifs, our sum range will have to be a numeric numbers, right? If I say no, I can just drag it and change it, right? Okay, where is my right? In my sum range, right? If I'm giving this a name list, then it will not result return any results, right? Because I'm mapping it to a character string, character array, right? Can we sum characters? No, right?
No.
Yeah. So that we'll have to be sure that we are putting it on right right fields. Okay.
Okay.
The formula may give the result, but how to check or validate whether the result is true or false?
Okay. In that case, I'll just know. Here I have put my sum ifs formula. Like we said, randomly we will have to check. See, formulas you will not go wrong. Maybe we might key a wrong formula. So in that case, I'll maybe pick couple of samples. So here I'll say Emily Johnson and Q1 I want to see, right? That's the criteria. I'll go manually here and validate if it is true, right? Now it is my 300. Let's give another criteria. Let's give John Smith. It's 230 here, John Smith, right? So I'll select John Smith here and select Q1, right? Let's validate. Okay. So if your selections are right, for the results will be 100% right. Only things that can go wrong is either we selected wrong fields or our data, that the actual data. If the sales data is wrong, right, then our numbers will go wrong, right? Or no, if I make this into text, the formatting is not right. Text also it will still take, but if the number formats are not right, right, then our results can go wrong. Okay, I hope that answers the question.
Okay, okay.
Okay, so let's move on to text. Are we good with if, and, or, ifs, some ifs, count ifs, and, or
Yeah.
there are a lot of functions to practice for you. Okay, I think in today's class we might have to. Okay, lookups next class we'll see. Okay, um, moving on to text functions. Yeah. So far we looked at all number functions, like logical functions like if, and, or, the sums, counts, right, or date functions. So we also have some text functions that we could look at. So when I say text functions, the functions that will specifically work on alphabets or character strings, like so in this table I have first name, last name, right? I want to combine both names and get a full name. How do I do it?
Using concatenate
Okay,
function.
full name I'll use concatenate function. Remember, concatenate function is to combine first name and last name, right? So I can select first
Yeah.
name, comma, last name, but when I uh, do this formula like this, it will just join two names. So it won't give space. Like if I enter, see, it is not giving any space here, right? If I want space in between, I'll have to there's no
Double quote.
double quotes, give a space in double quotes. That will add me space. Okay, any other way of doing it? Concatenate
Equal to B2 equal to C2
equal to B2.
equal to C2.
Okay,
It will be
No,
false.
no, no, sorry.
that's a string. So basically, we are just trying to check
Yeah, one second.
yes or no.
Equal to B2,
Comma. Comma.
comma,
Comma.
Comma.
comma, double quote,
Hmm.
space,
Hmm.
No.
close, comma,
Okay.
C2,
Hmm.
enter.
Will it give no?
B2, comma C2.
B2.
Comma.
P2 and C2
Okay.
Oh. And
Put,
B2.
put plus symbol in between.
B2
and C2
plus C2. Okay. That's not working. B2 and
and
C2. B2 and C2 will work. Present and meaning A and D and, or am present.
A and D. This one correct.
Okay. This one will work. Okay. Here, if I want to add this space string,
and
While I do it,
and again and yes, space and C2.
right? This is one way using ampersand. Any other ways?
Um, just type the name
Okay.
Smith
Smith.
space
Hmm.
that phone number type
Phone number.
that 123 comma 456.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
then space
Then space.
John Smith at example.com.
No, why are we doing all of them?
Control E वाला.
हाँ, control even अभी देखो, you are right. So for the no for the rest of the folks, right? So there is also a function, text fill function in Excel, right? We don't have to do all these formulas, right? Uh, and it can be used in many ways. I'll show you those ways also. Let me hide this, right? Um, I need to combine these two names, right? Or maybe make a statement, create a statement that says, John Smith uh, can be contacted at this number or at this email. Okay, if I want to make that statement. So let's start with name only. I will just write John space Smith, right? I'm just writing that name in the same format, like it has to be in the same format or maybe same spells. I can't spell it incorrectly. I'll select the next cell and I can do flash fill here. It will automatically Excel will automatically understand the names and fill it, right? I can use flash fill option from here or I can use the shortcut which is Control E. With me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, you might see, you might have such situations where you'll have to use this flash fill, or say if I want to, let me remove this, right? I have to write a statement based on all of these elements. I say statement is John Smith can be contacted at 123456789 or email john.smith at example.com. Okay, I'm not writing address, so we can also include address, or can be found at, and I can put the entire, let me just copy that one also. Okay. If I want to write a similar statement for all of these line items, right? So doing everything manually is difficult,
Yeah.
right? In that case,
Yeah.
I'll write it for first column, first cell, and do Control E. It will fill for all of the cells. But one thing here is, since we are asking Excel, to do it, just randomly check. Like second one, is it capturing right? Right. It is capturing correctly for third one. Yes. So anywhere you see it is capturing wrong, wherever it is going wrong, just update that one field and do Control E again. So it will make that particular set collection for every rest of the queues. Okay, with me? Confusing, interesting,
Yeah. Good.
overwhelming?
Nikhil, can we see again?
Interesting.
Can we? Yeah,
Can
Pratap.
we see again? Yeah.
Yeah.
Can
So
we?
Pratap, what I am doing is, if my task is, see, John Smith was one case, right? I could have used it in for combining one name, right? Not
Yes.
just one name. I'm showing something like I need to create a comment or statement
Okay.
based on these four fields. My statement is John Smith can be contacted at this phone number or at email address or can be found on this address. That is my statement, right? So I wrote statement for first one, and then I am coming to next cell and doing a Control E or flash fill. So it will replicate this style. Like in the second statement, it says John Doe can be contacted at this phone number or email address, this one, or can be found at this address. Okay.
Yeah, understood, Nikhil.
Right. Now this is one way. It is also more advanced. Like if I just need John, say I do S dot John. Right. So I am taking first letter of my last name and then first name. Right. And I do Control E. It will do it for same for all of them. See D dot Jane, J dot Emily, Brown dot Michelle. Right. Or if I want um, say SM, let's do SM dot, which is two letters. It is like updating two letters for everything. Right. I hope I'm not confusing. This is a function. This is a no facility that we have on Excel. So whenever you want to use
So
concatenate,
something this is not there in earlier versions, I think,
yeah,
Nikhil?
older versions this is not there. So these
Yeah.
most of the functions are in like ifs. Only ifs is something that is not there in older functions, right? Okay, I am sure this will be helpful for some of us at least, right? When we are creating statements, we can use this
Yeah.
formula.
Yes.
Okay, let me unhide this. So now we looked at concatenate formula. So I am deleting this. So what else we need to do other than concatenate? Say you want to pick up the first three digits of this phone number, or last four digits, or last three digits of phone number. What can we use?
789 Control E.
That is we can do 7890 and Control E, right? Other than
Or
that, functions if we are talking about.
write function
Okay,
is equal to
so I'll do it write function here. We'll say equal to
Extract.
write. Okay, extract
text,
text.
comma, number of characters
4.
4.
Okay, comma 4. Okay, and how about first three digits?
Left,
Left.
Mhm.
Equal to
1 second. Uh, left equal to
equal to
left.
left, comma,
Text.
text.
Left, I'll first select text,
Yeah.
comma,
3.
Number of characters.
number of characters is 3 here. Okay, then enter. Just copy down, right? Or instead of D2, if I select my entire row and hit enter, it will automatically do it for the entire row. Remember this array function, right? Equal to, I'll remove this. Instead of doing it individually for everything, I'll just uh,
Drag
select my
down.
entire row, comma, I'll select 4. It will do it for rest of the rows. Okay. How about I need this 456 only?
Mid function. Mid function.
Okay. How do I use it? Let me hide.
Equal to mid text.
Equal to mid
Text.
selected text, comma.
Start number.
Start number
Comma.
will be how much? What is my start number?
456.
Okay. What will I give here? Start number
5.
5. Okay. Comma.
Characters.
Number of
3.
characters will be
3.
3.
right. So it will pick from fifth number to three numbers. 5, 1, 2, 3. Okay.
Hmm.
Again, instead of just D2, I'll just select my entire row. I'll do it for array. Okay. What all functions we have in here to cover today? Okay, yeah.
We have one
Right, left, mid, concatenate we looked at. Trim function, yeah. Anurag, you're saying
so
something?
we have John dot Smith
Mhm,
and Jane dot Doe.
mhm.
We if we want only first name before dot,
Before,
like only John we want and only Jane
let's
or
put
only
this one.
Emily
John dot
with
Smith.
formula.
Yeah, with formula we'll put it. Let's take that name. Okay.
Hmm.
So here you need name that comes before dot.
Yeah.
What we can use? You can say
Uh, length.
text before, and this will work only when there is a delimiter. Delimiters can be dot, I mean any uh, dot, hyphen,
Mm,
commas, colons, etc.
okay.
Okay, text before. I'll select this one. Comma, my delimiter is dot. I think dot we will give in quotations. Yeah. Okay. Right. That's my
Mm.
text before function.
If there is no dot,
So if there is no dot, say it is a comma, right? Sorry. Let's
no,
say
if there is a space,
if there is a space. If there is a space, what do we do if there is a space?
We have to give space in instead of
We have to give
space.
space. So this will work for all delimiters.
no length minus right. If you do those formulas,
Length minus.
total length minus right. Some formulas are there like that.
But see, in that case, I think that will return text strings length if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
So basically, what I'm doing is, here I know I can use it with, this text before function, right? What you are mentioning is equal to left of this number, comma, for giving number of the size, right? You are using
Mm,
another function here. Length is length of text uh, minus yeah. So you are
no.
using a
Start with
condition.
is equal to length.
Mhm, equal
Start with
to
length.
length,
Open bracket. Right.
right? That will give me count.
That will give the count. No.
Yeah. So if
Some
I'm doing
formulas are
right,
there.
yeah. So comma 5. I understand. Like you are. This will give me length. See, length function will return the count of the numbers. Like if John is like 4, right? If I say length of this one, right, it will return the count of the numbers, right?
Mm,
So I understand what we are trying to do is using the right function. You want to take that length where you see the space, right?
mm.
So maybe you are using the same thing equal to left of this one, comma. Maybe you are using length of text
Okay. Let's try is equal to left.
split. Okay, is equal to left.
That cell,
Hmm.
comma,
Hmm.
find. We're
Find.
finding the space,
Okay, space
comma,
within this text
within this text minus one.
minus one. Okay, this will यहाँ पे अभी if I give length, let's see how it
No,
works.
no, not length.
Okay,
We're finding the comma space minus one. I think some formula adjustment. Sorry, sorry. We didn't give left.
uh, but it is also count function, right? It is also returning you
No, we didn't give left. Then
text,
comma.
comma.
Sorry, bracket, bracket.
Hmm. Yeah. See, here also what we are doing is in this find function, it will select the number of characters from left to this space,
Yeah,
right? Again, isn't it lengthy when you can do just when here? I'm
yeah,
directly giving that space here.
yeah.
Here we are
Definitely.
finding the number of.
So what Nikhil has shown is a simplified way
Yeah.
of finding that one.
So basically, in find, what it's doing is it is trying to look at number of characters from left until the space arrives. Right. So it will be
Correct.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sixth one is my space.
Nikhil, can we write that formula in this? We are unable to see that one.
Which one? This one.
Yeah, in the
Yeah.
text. Yeah.
Right. So here in
So
find, what it is trying to do is it is trying to find
space.
how many spaces, how many the size or length of the character, length of this space. Right. It is a sixth number, sixth letter. So it is taking that six number. When I'm doing -1, I'm doing like making it 5 and passing that in left function. Right. Instead of this, I'll do this function which is text before. Text before is there, text after is there. Right. Um, there's also that text extract one, somebody, Pratap was mentioning it. Right. Text extract is equal to regular text extract region extractor, right? I don't recollect the formula, but there's also an extract formula. That is also where we can get the count, the number of space, number of the space, and then apply the formula. Okay.
Why I was asking this, because sometimes we have middle name also and big name, so we can find mid names.
Huh.
I used to do it
In
a
mid,
lot, but I forgot now.
yeah. So in mid functions, you might want to use that space, first space, second space,
Yeah, that one
right?
correct.
If you look at this function, where is this function? Yeah, find space. Then I can give the start number and end number here.
Hmm.
So in that function, you might want to use it. Right. But again, since I know this text fill option, right? I just use text fill option. Like if I want to pick Elm, Maple here, right? So I'll do uh, test, test 2. I'll do Elm. I'll do Control E. So it's pick that number for me,
Mm,
right? So it is all about making it simplified, as easy as you could,
correct.
right? I mean, if you want to go like the mention, no, when the option that you mentioned, you need to extract middle name only. Definitely, we might in some cases need those formulas, extract formulas, right? We need to do first space or next space, right?
Mm,
But is there anything that is easier than that, simpler than that?
this is simple.
Huh. If this is not working, maybe I'll go there. So I want to use the simplest function, easiest function wherever it is possible. I don't want to do that long, big functions every time. Okay.
Correct.
Yeah. So we good
So
with text functions, right?
Nikhil, the accuracy of the data which will be presented will be same in the
So
both the functions.
right, in this function, which is text fill function, accuracy is something that we will have to validate in some places,
Okay.
right? So basically here what is doing is it is picking this elm here. So in
Yes.
next one you might need, it is not picking the correct one. You will have to correct it, right? When
Maple
you
which is
correct next one, basically Excel is
okay.
learning from what we have done before, right? So yeah, so in this case we might not be 100% sure, so we will not use it everywhere, right? But no, like middle name is simple. It can be 100% accurate. Like if I want to pick this middle three numbers, right? I'll do 456 and do Control E. I'm confident that it is same every time because every time it is the count is 3 and it is only after like fourth digit, which is it starts from fifth to sixth, seventh digit, right? It is between these hyphens. There are multiple criteria which is defining my numbers. In this case, I'm sure.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So we good with mid, left, right, text before also something we learned additional today, right? And these flash fill options. Any questions on these functions?
No.
And there is another function called trim. right? Trim basically what it does is it removes the leading and trailing spaces, extra spaces in the word. Right? If you have like 2 3 spaces here, 2 3 spaces here, like extra spaces here, right? So when I use a trim function, it will remove those extra spaces and cleanse the data. Okay?
Sometimes when we download from some file,
Hmm.
like we have an Gin application, we download some file in Excel,
Okay.
but their trim doesn't work.
So it may be in CSV format. You will have to check what format the Excel is.
Some other format.
When
We
you
can't I
mhm.
mean, do with that, changing format and then do, because I have to go manually do it left alignment with the cursor.
No, no, it should work actually. Which format is the Excel? So Excel will have multiple format. Excel can be saved in CSV format, XLXS, SX format, right? The multiple format. When I show you, like I can show you in CSV, not all formulas work, and most of the servers when we save data, right? These are all formats we have. So
Mhm.
most of the servers will save data in CSV formats. When you download things from servers, no, it will be downloaded in CSV format.
Yes.
Right. When you are downloading data itself, you can select this Excel workbook, Excel macro enabled workbook. Basically,
No, no,
XLS,
I'm not
XLM.
downloading it. I'm just copy pasting from that table.
Okay.
Uh, in table format only it gives in the application.
Hmm.
So I copy paste from there, and the format is like that. So I was thinking, what can I do to make it normal, then trim it.
Okay. So show me the data
I'll
once.
show you.
When
Yeah,
you're
yeah.
doing it, right? Show me the data. So you
Hmm.
want to see, which server it is coming from.
Okay,
If it is from, you know, DB2, or we need
okay,
to see what is the source database.
okay, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
It can be from Access. It can be DB2. There are a lot of databases that we use.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. So right, left, mid, trim we know now. Text before we looked at. There is also text after once. Then we looked at find function. Then we looked at flash fill. Okay. Uh, there are also date functions actually.
Series also. Fill series.
Yeah, fill series is text fill basically. Um,
No, no, fill option there.
this one, right?
Below
Control.
autos, below auto sum.
Yeah. So this is text fill, flash fill,
Okay.
flash fill.
Yes.
Control E is a shortcut for that one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we have 5 more minutes. Let's quickly look at couple of date functions, right? Um, so I can do like equal to today, right? Today, this will give me today's date, right? Close parentheses, right? This will give me today's date, right? Equal to now will give me current time, okay? Date and time, right? It's for 2:55. Remember this. Let me write it here. Equal to today. This one is now, okay? You can use control and
Colon.
uh, colon
Yes.
for the date. That's a shortcut. Okay. Control and control shift colon for the time.
Yeah.
Okay. With me, questions
Yeah.
equal to today, equal to now for time and date. To display today's time and date, I need a table with dates. So how do we calculate number of days from days difference between two dates?
Difference between
Yeah.
Using date function.
So I need to
1 day
calculate
minus
number of days from. Let me convert it into date first. Short date. So I want to look at number of days from first sale to second sale maybe
this minus this is equal to
is equal to
One cell minus another one. Just select
So
one
second
one.
cell minus one cell. Okay. Any other ways? So I want to calculate number of months.
So text function we'll use.
Okay. Any other option? So there is this date diff function. Okay. I'll have to write here. Is it not working? Days. Yeah. So days we can use. I'm going to DAX. Okay. Yeah. So days, we'll select end date, comma start date. This will give me number of days difference there, right? And what else we can use? Month function to extract month of particular date, right? Then week number. Now there are week, there are week. There are two three counts. Basically, week number for entire year for the month, right? This 40 is week number of entire year, right? This is October, right? So entire year. Then we have week day is a week number of the day. So this will be third day, which is Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Okay.
Yeah.
Just now go here into
So
functions.
Nikhil, the date difference will be taken from today's date to the selected date, right?
Yeah, it is between 2 dates. I will select manually 2 days.
Okay, you have to select manually
Right.
2 days.
Yeah, in days may we'll have end date and start date. Right.
Okay.
So there is also function called date diff. I think it is only working in 365. It's again DAX function. Date diff is a SQL function, DAX function formula. It should work actually, but it's equal to date. Okay. Okay. So this is my weekday. Uh, right. It will pick the number on a weekday, which is first number of the week. To display week number, you will have to use that text functions. Okay. So we are already on top of our. So are we good with the now date, today's date, now and days functions?
Yeah.
So week number is for the week number in the year. Uh, there is also weekday formula which will give the day of the week. Like Sunday will be 1, Monday will be 2, Tuesday will be 3. Right. We also have week. This is also week number of the year actually. Okay. So I'll also share more functions on days and weeks tomorrow or in the next session. Right. Next session we'll have to club the lookup functions also there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So any questions from today's sessions? So I have two questions which I need to take is shortcut for copy up and copy left. Then sum ifs when it contains. Maybe I think sum ifs we can use this find formula or maybe yeah. Okay. Sum if it contain that too I'll take up and ifs also I'll give you more clarity on ifs when to use. I'll prepare some data for ifs one function and use it. Okay.
Yeah.
Questions?
No.
Okay. All right, then I'll share the practice exercise also by today. Uh, and I can also tell you one thing, if you want to generate your own practice exercise, right, go to any of the AI chatbots, say generate me the sample data for practicing ifs. You can give all formulas in one go on Excel, right? It will give me the data. It will also give me some exercises, by the way.
So we have to check in ChatGPT. This one.
Yeah, Chat GPT, Meta AI, anything you want to use, right? See, it is given me the Excel sheet. Just copy this sheet and put it on new Excel.
What did you get? Generator?
I just type, ask to generate me data for practicing control ifs, right?
Okay.
Right. I have my data here, right? And it will also give me some exercises, right?
Hmm.
What it says, column A, okay, it is giving me data description. It is telling me how to generate data myself. Okay. So here, it is giving me the numbers. If B2 is greater than, practice this one basically. B2 is what? This one, discount rate. Okay. Yeah, if purchase amount is greater than 100, do it 5%. If it is less than or equal to 300, then 10. So it is giving me that formulas. Okay, I can just practice the same one here. Equal to if, right, purchase amount is less than 100, comma 5%, right? 5%, or it is less than 300, comma 10%, and greater than. Okay, and B2 is greater than 300, comma 15%. That's it. Okay, I'll just convert it into percentage. This is my ifs. Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, so you can just ask, go and type any formula that we can ask. In fact, I also picked some of these data sets from the Chat GPT or Meta AIs. Okay, so this, we will also look at these functions after after all the sessions are done. We'll also look at some functions like random function, list functions, etc. Okay,
Yeah.
questions?
No.
Okay, then that's all for the day today. Thank you so much for joining in. I'll share the exercises soon.
Thank you, Nikhil. Thank you,
Thank you, Nikhil.
everyone. Thank you. Session was very good understanding.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank
Okay.
you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Thanks.
Mhm.